So here we are in rock beats 11 to 15. This is where it gets a little bit more challenging with your right foot, but hopefully you're understanding how some of these grooves sound based on the way they're written. And eventually you'll be able to look at a groove on a sheet music and just be like, oh yeah, I know that's boom, boom, sh, boom, boom, sh, boom, boom, sh, something like that, just because you understand exactly the way things are written and exactly the way things are notated. So take a look at exercise 1 here. You'll notice we have a bass drum on the 1, the of 1. Then we have a bass drum on the 3 and the of 3. Now our snare pattern on counts 2 and the of 2 are doing the same thing as the bass drum. Okay? So the right foot and the left hand are kind of just doing a little bit of call and answer thing, and then the hi-hat is playing straight 8th notes. So I'll play this for you nice and slow and fast. Groove 2 is relatively standard. The only thing we have in there that might be a challenge is the bass drum hit on the E of 2. Now it's very, very important when you play this, you don't rush it or you don't hit the bass drum way too late. A lot of new drummers I see would play this on the and of 2 and not actually on the E of 2. So this bass drum comes right after that snare hit. Okay, I'll play it for you now. Number 3 is a groove that I see drummers struggle with even at the high intermediate level. And that's when you have 2 quick bass drums in a row right at the beginning of a beat. Okay, so drummers get really good at playing bass drums before snare hits on counts 2 and counts 4 at the end of a beat, but playing 2 quick bass drums on the 1 or the 3 is always a challenge. So start this one nice and slow and make sure both bass drum hits on count 3 are equal volume. Here we go. Number 4 is a really cool dance groove, and you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone not dancing when you're playing it. It's got 2 bass drum hits right after the snare hit on count 2. Okay, so then it goes 2, E and. So 2 E and. And then it goes 2 bass drum hits on the E of 3 and the and of 3. Okay? So the bass drum hits on count 2 are the same as on count 3, except there's no snare drum there. So let's try this one at both slow and fast speeds. So on number 5, I try and throw as many combinations at you as possible. So I have a bass drum hit on count 1, the and of 1, and the ah of 1. Then we have our snare hits on count 2, the E of 2, and the ah of 2. Then we have bass drum on the E of 3 and the and of 3. and snare drum hits on count 4, the and of 4, and the ah of 4. Now, it's all very, very complex, and so what you might need to do is just practice this very, very slowly, not even necessarily in time, not even with a metronome. So it could just be on your legs. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Right, when I practice that slow, I really start to see how everything is happening at a different time, and you're really starting to build some independence. And these types of beats are actually very popular in rock music. And I'm showing you some of the techniques and some of the things that you're going to need, or some of the independence you're going to need to actually play this style of music and play it really, really well. So I'll play this groove for you at 60 and 100 beats per minute. So hopefully after learning all these, you're really going to have a nice solid vocabulary of different rock drum beats that you can always pull from. Now we're always trying to play these in the style of rock. And a lot of these beats actually translate into other styles. Like you could play this in funk, you could play this in folk, you can play this in many different styles of music. But when you're playing this in the style of rock, you want to actually try and play it like a rock drummer. And so that's when dynamics come in. And within Drumeo, there's many other lessons on dynamics. But you really need to have a good understanding of that to know how to play things. This is all very good with what to play. Here's my vocabulary, but it's just like speaking. If you were to speak monotone, no one wants to listen to you. Everyone had the monotone teacher in high school, and they always complained because the classes were so boring. But the teacher that can say the same thing, but just have a little bit more energy around it or just a little bit more dynamics with it is a lot more interesting to listen to. So I'd really recommend that when practicing all these, you focus on your dynamics as well as what you're playing technically. All right, so once you've been able to play each of these for 2 minutes straight at the slow tempo, go ahead and move on to the next set of rock beats. Thanks for checking out the 3rd lesson in my Drumeo Edge course on rock beats. If you'd like to watch the 4th lesson, just go ahead and click that button right over there. And I'd highly recommend you check out Drumeo.com and see if it's for you. We have so many more courses, lessons, customized lesson routines, student reviews, and so much other awesome stuff that I know you're going to absolutely love. So just go to Drumeo.com to sign up. See you there.